No reira, nau mai hana mai whakatau mai, e miki ana ki a koutou katoa mo te tautoko i tēnei kaupapa. Tuki ui te tuki tuki roa, te tuki ko tuki nāki, tēnei tuki ko te tuki nā runga e ue e te mana. Ka hinga tāne ka tāku te keiraro, kei ngā manu i rongi i raro tā whiwhi te tuki nei, kapa te tuki kei roai ki kātapu kānoa tēnā te hau, ko te hau atu, ko te hau tāwhiri mātea. Wārea ki runga, wārea ki raro tāku tō tūturu whakamoa ki a tīna, tīna. Haumi e hui e, tai ki e. Just the kaupapa of our Ngākau, just to koha a couple of things that we can sort of take further or use during the day. I don't know if anyone's had the experience. What you think about last that night is usually the first thing you wake up with in the morning. So we want to leave that to that space. So really coming into this, we signal the system that we want operating. So sometimes that takes breaking the energetic bond to some of the ways that we sort of habitually do things, and that can take a bit of practice. It can take a bit of, that's why we sort of give emphasis to being conscious living. So being a bit more aware about how we are moving through our space, our day, our time within our whānaus and communities. Like I was saying, you begin to break the bond to the emotions that sometimes can become addictive. Sometimes we get addictive to emotions, the energy and motion, things like stress and anxiety and things like that. And a lot of the time we sort of don't even realize that's happening. We just keep repeating it. You start to become unaware that you're actually doing it. So it's really sort of, that's why Ngākau sort of brings a space to sort of get a little bit conscious about your energy, about your space. You know, we're not made to live in the stress mode or the fear mode 24/7, 365. It is useful, like the stress, anxiety, and that, they're all tohu, but they're not, we aren't made to live in those spaces 24/7. And when we do, then we start to find their place in our tinana, in our wairua, in our emotional, in our mental states, and they lodge themselves in there. And sometimes it can be difficult to break those bonds and move away from those places. Like I remember hearing an example, like the lion will chase the gazelle, and only in the chase that the gazelle moves into, changes the state of consciousness and moves into survival mode or fear mode, and all he's worried about is escaping. He's in flight mode. And sometimes he does, sometimes he makes it, sometimes he doesn't. But when he makes it, he doesn't actually stay in that state of consciousness for the rest of the day, standing on the prairie looking for the lion. His state changes and he goes back to grazing. So it's like just using those tohu for certain parts of our lives. So it's becoming, a bit more aware of our mental rehearsal, what we're rehearsing mentally during the day, our physical demonstration. To think the same way and operate the same way and expect a different outcome, some say it's the definition of insanity. So when we're doing things the same and we're expecting this different outcome, it kind of doesn't happen. So that's, in some spaces, that's the definition of insanity. So Ngākau just offers a space to commit to your shift in these sessions, just to commit to a little bit of quiet space and really just bring your focus to here and not so much to here. We can do that all day, and a lot of us will be doing that all day, especially, our whānaus wake up, we're going to mahi, everything like that. So all our energy is being projected into our external environments, supporting whānau, doing our mahi. We have, many things for us, especially in this day and age, the climate we're in, the environment we're in, very unpredictable. So this is a time where we can kind of turn away from that and just bring our attention and focus our energy into here. Once this is set, the energy that is extended from us starts moving out and starts moving back into the whānau and into our environment. And we operate in a very different way. Things move very differently for us, and when you start to open those eyes and look around, it's really evident to how we can shift things with just from here, moving from here outwards, as opposed to trying to change everything out here, hoping that it will change here. It's really changing here that will change there. If you are in a seat, just having our feet flat on papa, Hands on the palms. I know some whānau, the mobility can be a little bit tricky. In those spaces, just having our feet flat on papa, just having a chair small enough so we can do that. Also, the idea is just to keep our back straight. So we want our spine straight, keeping that line through our tinama straight. Because through our breath work, as we were talking on Friday, we'll be moving breath through those spaces. And just it takes a little bit of getting used to, because you're sort of drawing breath in and driving it upwards as opposed to just expanding the puku, expanding the chest. So it does take a little bit of getting used to, because it goes against your do for every day. So it's developing more of a control in the breath. Awesome. So we'll start with a couple of stretches just to open up our tinama. We just want to try and sustain the meditative state, if you would like to call it that, and just sort of rise from your seat, just coming into standing position, but still very aware about our space, our energy, how we are, what we're carrying, and then move into our kōtipito. Kōtipito is, acknowledging, grounding ourselves between Rangi and Papa, acknowledging the Māori, the force of life that gives us life. Also our female and male energies that run within all of us, and also, acknowledging our ancestors that have gone, and acknowledging the wealth space that we have the capability to create for our generations that are to come, for our whakapapa to create a wealth space for our whakapapa to keep coming through, and that we have the ability to lift and stop a lot of maumai and stop a lot of stuff that sort of keeps coming through our generations, that we keep taking on, passing on, and some of it is very, we're not even realizing that it's happening. So this is a nice space for us to come into a bit more awareness about that. Just getting our position and just keeping our back straight. We'll just move into some stretches. Like each morning, I like waking up around our neck first, because there's so much energy moving through here when we're thinking. It's coming into our tinana, emotions, hinengaro, start to embed itself in the tinana. It's a song from our Ganges when I was in India. The Ganges, I was privileged to be there, a very sacred river thing, very sacred hour. Up by our chin to our chest. Remember, if we want more of a stretch, now ring on to the back of our upoko, just let the weight get more of a stretch into the back of the kaki, to the back of the neck, to the spine. Toru, rua, tahi, whiti roki runga, just looking to rangi, stretching through the front of the neck, through the throat. Remember, hands underneath if you need more of a stretch. Starting to wake up around the neck area, around the kaki. Toru, rua, tahi, work the center. Titoki Maui, just putting our chin over our left shoulder. And just drop the eyes behind the shoulder onto the floor. You can see that'll just intensify just that little bit. Toru, rua, tahi, wai, Koki Ngākau, chin over the shoulder. Dropping the eye behind the shoulder onto the floor. Toru, rua, tahi, right back to center. Now we're doing tilting our head, just keeping our eyes straight ahead. Remember, if you need more of a stretch, just using the ringa, just using the weight, just pulling the head down. You want to stretch all down through the side of the kaki, all the way up to the top of the shoulder. Just opening up the neck area. Toru, rua, tahi, Right, whakawhiti, to the other side. Keep the head, the eyes facing forward, the head facing forward. Just bringing that stretch all the way down the side onto the shoulder. Toru, rua, tahi, right back to center. Just drop our chin to our chest. And just rolling the upoko to the left shoulder, chin to the right shoulder. Don't go all the way around, just allow the chin just to flow across the front of the chest. 3 more of these. Tahi, rua, toru. Back to your center. Finally, and just pushing ourselves forward, just bringing our stretch through the arms, through the shoulders, down the back. If you're sitting cross-legged, you'll be feeling this into the lower back, and into the glutes, into the hips. Just dropping the head, allowing the weight of your tinama just to pull that stretch through. Toru, rua, tahi, back up to our center. Haki roto, outgoing breath, drop into the stretch again. Haki waho, into the same stretch. You should be dropping in just that little bit deeper. Just opening up our hips and lower back to the lower spine. Right, toru, rua, tahi, back up to our center. Kawaiki Maui, dropping our nose to our knee, just as far as you can go. You start to move around the tinana, the opposite side, you should feel the stretch. Start moving down into that side, opposite side into the lower back and the hips. Toru, rua, tahi, right back up to center, whakawhiti, ki Ngākau, dropping to the right side, nose to knee, as far as you can go. Feeling the stretch on the opposite side of the tinana. Right, toru, rua, tahi, back up to our center. Right, elbow to the left side, to the floor. This time we should be stretching down, opening the ribs, still down into the side of the hips. Down into the side. Remember, more of a stretch, just drop our arm over the top of the upoko, using the weight of the arm. Keeping the shoulder back so our chest doesn't close. It's really good if you are sitting a lot during the day. Right. Whakawhiti. Back up. Other side. Elbow to the floor. Go over. Just feel that stretch down through the side of the ribs, through the laterals, down into the waist, into the hips. Toru, rua, tahi. Back up to our center. Finding your position, keeping your back straight. Remember, we're just working on our ringa too in this part. Start to try and develop, if you can, with the palms up. We'll create a deeper breath. Just the way you're comfortable at this stage. Closing our eyes. Just start to focus on your internal space. back straight, keeping that spine erect. Haki roto, deep breath. Haki waho, haki roto, haki waho. Right, start to relax through the tinana. Bringing our attention to the top of our upoko, relaxing through the scalp. Relaxing through the forehead, down through the eyes, the cheeks, through the mouth, relax the jaw. One place that goes unnoticed sometimes is through the jaw. Relax that space down through the front of the neck, through the poka, through the throat. Right, relaxing through the shoulders, down through the arms, through our forearms. Relax through the ringa all the way to the tips of your fingers. Now exhaling breath, just release anything that doesn't serve. We want to leave that space, relax the body, relax the muscles and drop the shoulders. Relax down through the chest, through the shoulder blades, into the solar plex or the upper puku, into the center of the back, down into our lower puku, down into our lower back. Just release, relax, empty the mind. Relax down through the hips, through the uri. Relaxing down through the legs, through the thighs, through your knees. Relax down through the calves, into the ankles, through the feet, all the way to the tips of your toes. Release, relax, empty the mind. Start to elongate the breath, longer, slower, deeper breaths. Right. Start to draw our breath through our uri, draw it up to the groin area, up through our pūmanoa, through our puku, follow the line of the spine if that helps. Up through our manoa, through our koka, the whatu manoa to the pūmotomoto, hold at the crown, toru, rua, tahi, just release that breath. Just bringing the attention, the awareness to the inner self, draw the breath in, haki roto. Nice, long and slow, drawing the breath up through the puku, manoa, koka, through our kinengaro, pūmotomoto, hold at the top at the crown, toru, rua, tahi, release your breath. Hakiroto to our breath in. Bring our attention to the top of the upoko, to our crown. Feel the energy that's traveled through the breath and hold at that point. Toru, ua, tahi, release the breath. By Hakiroto, it's time, draw the breath in. Push the pito, the belly button back towards the spine. Engage the puku. Just drive the energy through the breath, through the same line. All the way up through the manawa, koka, all the way holding at the top. Lima, pa, toru, rua, tahi. Release the breath. Just feel that energy starting to rise as sitting at the crown. Hakiroto, draw the breath. Push the pito, the belly button back towards the spine. Engage the puku. Keep the breath moving up through the tinama. Lifting the energy out of our emotional house back up into our creative spaces. The space of our mama, hold at the crown. Rua, toru, tahi. Just release that breath. Hakiroto, one more breath through our uri. Push the pito back. Drive the breath up through the tinana. You can feel it moving through. Holding at the top. Lima, pa, toru, rua, tahi. Release your breath. Right, bring your focus or awareness to the center of your chest, to our space of our manawa, to our heart space. We're breathing in and out of our heart space, hakiroto, drawing the breath in. Hakiwaho. Just feeling our heart space, hakiroto. Just feel its vibrancy, feel its energy pulsating. Start to move towards focusing on opening the heart, drawing the energy of aroha, our connection to all things, our connection to each other, our connection to our higher spaces, and the energy of gratitude. Feel its warmth and its glow. Some may feel it tingling. Just acknowledge and feel that space, feel that vibration. Keep the breath moving. Just keep your focus on the center of your chest or into your whanua, into your heart space. Feeling that space of unconditional love, our aroha, our connection to all things, to gratitude. And when you're ready, just begin to flush this energy from your heart, from your manawa, through every cell of the tinana, just flushing out any mamai, just really connecting the energy of the heart to those places. Flushing the energy up through the neck, through the scalp, down through the forehead, through the eyes, through the cheeks, through the mouth area, through the jaw, back down through the front of the neck, through the throat, the koka. Just really connecting that energy from the heart into those spaces and flushing that energy through every cell. Flush across and down through the shoulders, down through your arms, elbows, through your forearms, to your ringa ringa, all the way to the tips of your fingers. Just flushing that energy from the heart. Flushing down through the chest, through the upper back, down through the solar plex, the center back, down into the lower puku, down into the lower back. Just generating energy from the heart and flushing through every cell of these places. Stay connected to it. Flushing down through your hips, through your uri, through your thighs, through your knees, calves, to your ankles, through your feet, all the way to the tips of your toes. Just connect and flush that energy from the heart through every cell of these spaces. Flush energy from the heart to any mamai that's coming up, or any mamai that you're feeling. Just connect the heart to those places. And when you're ready, just drawing our focus to the top of the upoko. Just drawing energy off our higher faculties, off our higher consciousness, of the energy, of the connection to our creation, hakiroto, to our breathing. Down through our upoko, expand the chest, breathe into our heart space, release the breath down through our pūmanawa and into papa. Our grounding space, hakiroto, drawing our breath through the top. Expand the chest, release the breath down through the emotional house. Into papa. One more breath, hakiroto. Expand the chest, open the heart, release the breath down through our pūmanawa. Release the emotions, through into papa. Hakiroto. Aki wako. Try and hold that state. From here we're moving up into our kōtipito, to our standing position. Remember, these are all in 4 directions, 4 winds, all people. Find your pose position, just hold that energy. Hakiroto, feel the breath through the heels. Fill the whole tinana with breath. Haki wako. Hakiroto. Haki wako. Just prepare your position. Hakiroto. Once you want your feet wider, slight bend in knees. Haki wako. Just follow through with the actions. Kōtipito. Return to your center. Tūwhera wai kia rangi nui. Stretch, reach towards rangi. Ha moa kia papa tuanuku. Open the thighs into a squat. Reaching across with the energy of papa. Kōtipito. Return to your center. Tia te mauri, grasp, hold your life force. Hei oranga wairua. Hei oranga hinengaru. Hei oranga tinana. Hei oranga whānau. Knowledge both sides. Kōtipito, return to your center. Ko te tūtama tāne, twist, reach back, pull forth your male essence. Ko te tūtama wahine, twist, reach back, pull forth your female essence. Return unto its center, kōtipito. Hoki whakamuri. E a ngā atu ki ngā tūpuna. Hei oranga. Ngauri. Whakaheke. Kōtipito. Tūkuna ta mauri, orina mai, tihei. From our east, tairawhiti, kuri ki te taitonga, to our south. Hākina. Hāputa. Start to accentuate the movements if you're comfortable. Hākina. Hāputa. Bend your knees, widen your things, drop into the squat deeper. Hākina. Hāputa. Return and find your center, kōtipito. Tūwhera mai kia rangi nui. Tā moa kia papa tuanuku. Kōtipito. Moving ourselves in the world of light. Purutia te mauri. Grasp, take hold of your life force. Hei oranga wairua. Hei oranga hinengaru. Hei oranga tinana. Hei oranga whānau. On both sides. Return unto your center, kōtipito. Ko te tūtama tāne. Ko te tūtama wahine. Return unto its center, kōtipito. O ki whakamuri. E a ngā atu ki ngā tūpuna. Hei oranga. O ngauri. Whakaheke. Kōtipito. Be well for our generations that are to come. Kuna ta mauri, tihei. Huri ki te tai hauauru. To our west, the mighty swells of Tongarua. Hākina. Hāputa. Hākina. Hāputa. The resting place of Tamanui te rā. Hākina. Hāputa. Kōtipito. Find in your center. Tūwhera mai kia rangi nui. Tā moa kia papa tuaru. Kōtipito. Kutea te mauri. Hei oranga wairua. Hei oranga hinenga. Hei oranga tinana. Hei oranga whānau. Kōtipito. Return unto your center. Ko te tūtama tāne. Ko te tūtama wahine. Kōtipito. Ko ki whakamuri, mea ngātu ki ngā tūpuna, hei oranga, ngauri, whakaheke, ko tipitu. Tukuna tamauri ti hei, mahua uru, kuri ki tai tukarau, tuano, hākina, hāputa, hākina, hāputa, hākina, hāputa, ko tipitu. Circulate the arms nice and wide, return to your center. Tūwhera mai kia rangi nui, stretch, reach up. Tā maua ki a papatuanuku, low squat. Moving ourselves in the world of light, return to your center. Rutia te mauri, hei oranga wairua, hei oranga hinengaro, hei oranga tinana, hei oranga whānau, ko tipitu. O te tūtama tāne, o te tūtama waine, o tipitu. O ki whakamuri, e ngātu ki ngā tūpuna, hei oranga, o ngauri, whakaheke, ko tipitu. Create the space for our generations that are to come. Tukuna tamauri, ti he, hākina, hāputa, hākina, hāputa. One more breath, hākina, eyes closed, hāputa. Just keep your eyes closed, feel your energy. Tilt your head back, pull your shoulders back, turn your palms forward. Just feel your space. Tilting your head as if you're looking to the top of your maunga. Your shoulders back. Your heart is feeling the energy of your place of mana. Feel the energy pulsating through the palms of your hand. Akiroto, Akiwa. Right, Araku should be in front of us, eyes open. Right, this morning we're coming on to the just under our knuckles of our toes, where we're coming on to our feet. So our toes are just hanging over the rako. And the rako is just sitting where our toes meet our actual foot. Sometimes there's a bit of a bite in here. We're just leaning forward, just bringing the pressure onto the space. Slight bend in the knees, your our feet just a little bit wider than the hips. Just acknowledging your placement, kinesthetic placement of your tinana. Lifting the heels, leaning forward, you'll feel the bite of the rako up under the toes. All along here, good for the kidneys and the digestive systems. Feel our bite. Just hold that space. Bite at the haere, just shifting our weight across. The slower you go, the more effective we'll have. Now our weight is sitting over our left waiwai. Same again. Imagine lifting the heel, you'll feel the pressure all move to the front of the foot. Lean forward if you need more. Feel the bite of the rako. Or high mata through our waiwai, through our feet. good to do at the end of the day, beginning of the day. Ka pai whakawhiti, ata haere across to our other waiwai. Remember, the slower you go, the more effect it will have, the more bite you will feel. And just to where you're just beyond your comfortable zone, where you're starting to feel uncomfortable, just hold that bite. The tinana can do it, as sometimes it's the hinanganga that wants to back off in these places, just apply our pressure. Toru, ua, tahi, ka pai. Back to our centre, ata haere, just bring our pressure back to our centre. Just leaning forward, lifting the heels, pushing that last bit of pressure into those under the toes. Always has a bit of a bite for me, this one. For me, it's here and the arches. For some people, it will be other places. Rima, wha, toru, ua, tahi. Stepping back off. Remember, if you're doing this outside of our sessions, sometimes you can come back on 2 or 3 times onto the waiwai, just walk that out. Always good to walk on papa in our bare feet, so our energy starts to connect. Also helps our posture, helps ourselves realign. By bring our rākau. Rākau into the front. Hands wider than the hips. Starting with our usual up over the upoko. Just going to start opening up from our waki pēnei, all the way down to the back if you can, if not, just to where you can. But you'll notice over time your movement will start to elongate itself. So warm up all through the shoulders, all through our chests, and all through our shoulder blades. All the way over to the back if you can. If you're used to this, you can bring a bit more speed into it. Do our count off. Tahi, ua, toru, wha, rima. Ka pai bring our raka above our upoko, holding to the top. Straw to our left side. Just do where you can. You'll feel the stretch all the way down through the side. Just wake all of that side up. Ka pai, back to centre. Whakawhiti across to the other side. Ka pai, back to centre. Bring our raka onto the back of our kaki. Mahi pēnei. Just feel that raka beginning to climb up the back of the neck, the back of the kaki, and you'll feel it start to sit at the base of the skull. Haere tonu, you feel the raka start to miri, to rumi, all through that base. Really good. I haven't met anyone that doesn't like a neck rock. Keep that going and just pulling all of those knots or all of that bunched up energy all out of the base of the skull. The longer the strokes are with your arms, the more the raka will cover. Ka pai, our count off. Rima, toru, rua, tahi. Pai huri, coming back the other way, you'll feel the raka walking down the kaki. It'll start to walk down to the bottom of the neck and sit just above where the shoulders are. Right. Remember, if you want more pressure in this area, just apply more of a forward pressure through your arms and your hands. We are count off. Ahi, rua, toru, wha, lima. Back to center. Ngākau, mahi pēnei. This one, just keeping the eyes straight ahead. No turning the upoko. Feel this twist start to move all through the upper back, through the ribs. We move on all these places moving, opening the ribs. Things aren't getting stuck there, we can move them through breath, movement. Also clears energy for our wairua, our mauri to be circulating through our tinana. By our count off, lima, wha, toru, rua, taki, ka pai mahi pēnei, turning the whole upoko, the whole twist through the top of the tinana. Now you'll feel the twist, the stretch, the opening up, all the way down through the spine, into the hips. Remember, just to let your tinana move in its natural rhythm. Tahi, rua, toru, wha, lima, ono, fitu, waru, iwa, te go. Right back to center. Bring our rākau over the front. Remember, arms wide. Mahi pēnei, like you're rowing your waka. Right, pushing your hands forward, your ringaringa. Focusing on those. Let your tinana move to its natural rhythm. Tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima. Ka pai focus on the elbows, nai. Feel the elbows pushing forward. You'll feel more engagement through the tinana, more twist through the body. Remember, keep light on your feet, so we're not pressuring around the knees and the ankles. Remember that elbows are pushing forward, not the hands this time. Now count off, rima, wha, toru, rua, tahi. Ka pai back to center, turn our palms over, palms up. Just bringing our rākau up to the level of our eyes. Right. Now count off. Tahi, rua, toru, wha, lima. Right, now pivot off the ball of your foot, take your rākau wider and higher. Make sure that left back leg is pivoting off the ball. Start to free up the hip through the waiwai. So we have movement through the knees and ankles. Right. Just stay to your pace and just move a little bit into the uncomfortable space. If you're used to this mahi, start to bring some speed into it. Can be as exhilarating as you want to make it. Right, keep that tinana moving, awesome, beautiful. Now count off, tahi, rua, toru, wha, lima. Right, now we drop our squat, bring our squat in. If you're into this, our third phase, push out through the thighs. Remember, pivot the back foot. On the ball, rākau wider, higher, more to the side. These are all parts you can take deeper into this movement. Feel our veins pulsating, the energy beginning to move through the tinana. The energy of well-being, energy is lifted for our day. Count off, tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima, ono, pitu, waru, iwa, te kau. Ka pai, back to our stage one. Just winding this exercise down. Same one, just like it to the eyes. We'll do a 5 count, tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima, ka pai. Bring our rākau, tamuki moa, mahi pēnei, to this mahi. Let's take your arms wide up. Let's keep a bit of room for you. It's good for our circulation through our elbows, wrists, forearms. You're used to this mahi. Just bring some speed and more accurate, more definition into the movement. Right. Tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima. Right. Remember, point your toes outwards. Feet just a little bit wider. Lead into the rākau tahi. So we're working our waiwai, pushing back through our thighs. Always both sides, it just develops a kinesthetic awareness also, the left and the right. Ka pai, doing our count off, tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima, ono, pitu, waru, iwa, te kau. Right, we'll come to moa. Just bringing our rākau down in front of us. Take your right hand, palm down. Bring the rākau up over the shoulder. Up over the right shoulder, mahi pēnei. This is for our shoulders, remember whānau? With our hand palms facing back on the back, on the bottom. Draw pressure on our top arm. Pull the bottom arm away from the tinana. You get that side view. These are really good for the shoulders, really good for rotator cuffs, any injuries for the shoulders. Really good if we sit for long periods, like we say, at the desk, or we have that kind of mahi. Or if we're very physical during the day, this is also good to open up those intrinsic muscles. And you'll feel the amount of pressure you need to give to start to feel that stress through the shoulder. Toru, rua, tahi. I just release that pressure, bring that left leg out, just give it a shake. Ka pai whakawhiti, bring our rākau over to our left hand. Let that fall down the left shoulder. And swapping out. Ringaring up, palms facing backwards. Maki anō. Apply pressure from the top arm. Pull that bottom arm away from the tinama. This time stretching and opening all the intrinsic muscles on the other shoulder. Very good, especially a lot across the top here. We all hold a lot of stress through there at times. It's our holding area. Right, rua, toru, tahi. Release that pressure. Usually you could do these 3 or 4 times if you're just by yourself, but we just sort of do once in our ngākau oho. Now bring that rākau down behind our lower back. Palms facing forward. this mahi pēnei. We just want to give our lower back some miri with our tuakana, our rākau. Just feel that rākau all the way up to the tailbone and walk the rākau up into the lower spine as far as you can go. The more of our sessions, the more mobility we get, the more we can reach into these places, the higher you'll be able to go through your spine. Ka pai back down onto our tailbone. Rima, wha, toru, ua, tahi, ka pai mahi pēnei, pivot off the ball. Same mahi, we're just turning the whole tinana, pivoting on the ball. Push the rākau into the side, the tailbone, or however far you're coming around, just to wake up that space for our day, especially in our lower backs. Count off, tahi, ua, toru, wha, rima, ono, whitu, waru, iwa, tika. Bring our rākau around to the front, whakatā. Push our rākau, arm's length, take a step back. Just drop our upoko. The centre of our rākau. Now we're just stretching all through our arms, through our shoulder blades, down our back, through the hips, down the back of the wāwai. You should be in like an L shape. Just hold on to your rākau, supporting your stretch. Tahi, ua, toru, wha, rima, ono, whitu, waru, iwa, tika. Back up into our standing position. Bring our rākau up in front of us. Left heart, left palm down, right palm up. Eyes closed. Haki roto, deep breath in. Haki waho. Haki roto. Haki waho. Haki roto. Haki waho. Eyes closed, just feeling your energy pulsating through your tina. Ki te taha rui, ki te taha roa, ki te paupau tākiri tū e a tapu whauri, ka tu whae te ka Pākehā ki te rangi, ka toropa ki te whenua, he hua mata, he hua aro, he puti te ki te rauri, tu whatu tai ora, te reo, te o mātūtū, te tauri, ke taurata pauhere ratu, te maro, te kāpenga, he homairangi nui i oi. Ātu te koro piko a te uene ke orangi ki te muriri tuki tōna whaiwhiti ki te maru e kapa mai o rainga tūhere ko te pūaketanga rea rea tōna putu wai toi ki te karangu wai tāti ki te wherenuku ai ko te rangi pau tea ki te aukuri hia ka tāpenga ori rei nui hine motu e. Hamorangi te tōtō a tūpai koha te rima te tauaki ori pito whirina ki ko te ina te awana waka e pau tautau rei o korangi te tipireto o maere o te tikāni i putai ori mai te pōgunga kore ki te pauri nau e tāne e. Te pūkore e tamarangi putaro te awa te whairangi te mātiki ngā horuruku nau e take katoa i ka tui te here he tangata, he tangata, he tangata. Back into our whakatā. Awesome whānau mihi ana ki a koutou katoa. Be mindful about what system we want to operate. We want operating. We want a system that's going to sort of not do well for us, or a system that's going to lift our ihi ranga, align our iarere, and move that energy into our whānau so we all lift together. Awesome. Again, mihi ana ki a koutou. Thank you for coming in. Much love, mauri ora.